Hello everyone, SnakeEyes3434 here, and just as the title says, I am testing out the new Power Cosmic, and which is really fun to use so far, but I've only been able to mess around with it for 30 minutes or so before I just started recording, and so yeah, I just want to get the feel of the power so I can actually explain to you how the interactions go and all that fun stuff. So let's just look at the power trees and go from there. So let's go to powers, and the two power sets is time and space. And so first of all, we're going to be covering the time tree, and so here are all the icons for all of them right here. And if you master the time tree, you get a 1% critical attack chance and a 35 power boost. And the power interactions that you do is destabilization, and so you have to initiate destabilization. So like this guy here, it destabilizes enemies, and then other powers have the power interactions like destabilized enemies take extra damage from this time bomb, which we'll be actually seeing in a few minutes. So yeah, that is the time tree, and let's get going. And so right now I'm in Metropolis, just taking on the Atlanteans. So I don't have that high gear, so I can actually take damage or don't insta kill them. So here we go. The first one is Tachyon Burst. That's my #1 slot, and this one, if you're in a controller, will actually give you power over time or pot. So here's the animation for it, and right here, since you're in a controller role, it actually freezes them in place. It's an awesome stun right there. So that is quite nice. So it's quite cool. Let's try it on. Let's see here. Well, actually, Frieder. Let's do it one more time on this guy here. So Tachyon Burst,
You will all be slaves soon.
which is a power of time if you're in controller role, and freezes them in place. Yeah, that is quite fun. Next one is Distortion Wave, which is my #2 slot.
Feel
Here.
the might of Atlantis.
He's supposed to stun them, but since I've already stunned him, he can be stunned for a while. So let me kill this guy first. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Let's go find this guy here, and let's do this AOE on him. There we go. It's like Tachyon Burst, but it's an AoE, so you can actually freeze several units in place. So that is quite fun. Now let's go on to Quantum Tunneling, and this is one of my favorite power of this cosmic power set. So watch what you do is let me move out of the way a little bit. He's over. Keep on stunning me. Let's see. Foop. And yes, I just teleported. Woohoo! That is why I like this so much, because you actually teleport, and I've been actually wanting something that you can teleport with, so that is quite fun. And I just teleported out of their way. And the way this teleportation works is that wherever you're facing, you will teleport to there. So if I'm facing here, I teleport forward. And so you cannot teleport back unless you face backwards. So let me recharge. So if I'm facing here and I want to teleport back, I had to face here, and then I teleport back. So wherever you're facing, you use teleport, that's where you'll be going. So that is Quantum Tunneling. Next one is Anomaly, which is my #4 slot. And in controller role, this reduces the healing over time that people will get, but it's a pretty close range one that you have to use. So here, it stuns them, and as you can see here, there's a heart right there, so it reduces their healing output right there. So this guy might be, there we go. It is pretty much like Tachyon Burst and Distortion Wave. You get frozen in place, and you get your healing over time reduced. So that is temporal anomaly. Sorry, not. Next, we're going to do is temporal extortion, which is number 5 slot. And And this one, if you're a controller, is just gives you power over time, the instant power regen. And so, like, you know, you have your power over time and then your instant power. So that's number 5, which is Temporal Extortion. And if you're in DPS role, it grants you, I think it's 35% damage for X amount of time. And then the last one is Time Shift, which is in my number 6 slot. And it just sends out little waves of energy at a target. So let's look at it.
Atlantis' army can always use a Drylander's
Right
slave.
there. So like that. Nothing much to it. Let me teleport. Woo! And for the teleport, I forgot to mention is that it doesn't, if you're targeted an enemy, it doesn't automatically go to that target. See, like here, if I go out of range, let's see here. Let me get out of range. There is a certain limit to the teleportation. See, like if it's graded out. Oh, I was facing the wrong way. And that's one thing you had to watch out for. So let me get into the gray zone. Okay, so gray. Oh, well, actually that time, but like there's, I tested it out in the watchtower, but like if there's a certain distance, yeah, you can cover it. So if you target an enemy, like just right when it turns red, you don't actually get to that enemy. You actually go like halfway to the enemy. So you have to keep in mind that there is actually a distance to the teleportation. It's not like Deadpool where you can just instantly teleport to the person. Alright, so let's move on to the next set of powers in the time tree. And so I just uploaded these, and I'll cover them in a few minutes. So the first one is Time Bomb, which is quite a cool power actually. And so what it does is it sends out a little bomb right there, and once it hits a target, it will detonate and push back or stun. So I think that is quite cool. And it will, yeah, there you go. So it hit the target, and when you release it, you'll go halfway between you and the target. So just keep it in mind of that. And then next one is Time Bubble. Let me see here. Let me engage someone. Here's Time Bubble, which is cool. It's a bubble of time. Woohoo! So you cannot get hurt for X amount of time. I do not really know. So this is quite cool. I just use a bomb again. Right there. Boom. Oh yeah. Alright, so that is Time Bomb. Next we'll go to Warp Barrage, which is in my 3rd slot. Let me get this guy. And so it just sends out multiple beams, as you can see there, and then explodes. Yeah. Alright, so that is Warp Barrage. Next is Tachyon Burst, which is in my 4th slot. Let me wait for this girl to... There we go. So this is a charge up, Tachyon Burst. Boom. And so, pretty much as some people call it, a Kamehameha move, where you just charge up. Woo! Charge it up. Boom. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's move on to our supercharges. Closed Loop is a healing ability, so let me ag this guy and get hurt a little bit. There we go. And supercharge. There we go. And looks like it does healing over time. Yeah. And so what it does is apparently accelerates the time, and so it heals you in an instant. So, oh awesome, this is perfect. The next power is Temporal Vortex, And so what I'm going to do is just add all these people here. Here we go. Here we go. Temporal Vortex. Oh yeah. Now let's try that again.
Feel the might of Atlantis.
Yeah. And so what it does is it shoots out in a cone direction. And I just implemented my bubble again. So yeah. Alright. So that is the time tree. And if you give me a second, guys, I will come back in a few and talk to you about the space tree. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, welcome back, guys, and let's look at the space tree now. Now let me go back into power space right here. And when you master space, you have a 5% critical attack chance damage and 10 vitalization. So yeah, that's your set, and then this is all the fun stuff that you'll be seeing in a few seconds. So let's of all yeah, the powder interaction for this one is graviton charge. So once you implement with you make them gravitate pretty much to people. So instead of actually lifting them up and just done in that way, you actually pull them together. The MIMPs on DC, the directors, they said that it's more like the electricity one, where you polarization stuff like that. So instead of being lifted and all that, it's pretty much gravity being pulled to other people and all that fun stuff. So let's first look at lift, which is a really fun one, which is in my number 1 slot. Lift right here. So it makes a sphere about them.
Feel the
right there.
might of Atlantis.
And so it stuns them while you can run away and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that is lift. Let me find another victim. Alright. Next one is Einstein's Ray, which is my number 2 slot. And what it does, it pulls them to you like that. And so yeah. It's you're almost like tanking things. So you can pull things to you like that, and then you can stun them, put them in a bubble. Yeah. And I forgot to mention in the first section of this video is that this, instead of just giving power to your group, you can actually have another role in the raids and all that. Is that you as the word controlling means that you can actually do some crowd control. So if you go with this tree, as you can see, you know, you can help the tanks out by pulling certain ads away from them and then stunning them, lifting them up, fun stuff like that. So you actually have more variety with this power than just giving power. So yeah. Alright, let's move on to to the third one, which is a gravitational field. Let's see. And what it does, it instead of lifting them up in the air, it puts so much weight on, puts so much gravity at a certain area that they just fall to their knees and are stunned. So you can just pretty much walk up to them and hit them. Fun stuff like that. One more time, again, you just do extreme gravity on them and they're stunned. Alright, then next one is Gravity Well, and with every power in DC there's always an AoE one. So number 4 slot. Let me see if I can pull this guy here. Number 4, let's go. Well, missed for the other person. There we go. And so as you can see, nice AoE here. So yeah, that's your AoE. Gravitational field. Gravity Well, sorry. Gravity Well. My bad. I wrote this down so I can actually get the right names of them. So yeah, alright. Next is Warped Reality, and this is pretty much buffs your weapon. So let's look at that. Yeah, Warped Reality. And so it gives you a boost to your damage, all that. Quite cool looking. Alright. Then the next one is Inspirational Wave. And just like the, let's see here, quantum tunneling where you teleport, there's actually a range to this one, the spiral waves. And so I'll show you what I mean. So see, I've locked onto this guy, he's in my red, so that means I'm in range with my hand blasters. But when I do this, it doesn't even hurt him at all, as you can see from there. So you have to get pretty close to actually stun them like that. So be mindful of that that there is a range to it. Let's pull this guy here. There we go. So yeah, there is a range to spiral waves. Keep in mind of that. And let's go back here, and I will show you the last set of powers in the space tree. Let me move. Actually, those are supercharges. So let me do. What am I thinking right now? See, what I like to do is do the supercharges last, if you haven't guessed already. Alright, give me a second. Alright, number 1 slot is called Alcubre Wave. And so this one is quite fun, is that as you saw from there, it shoots a wave out like that. But if you noticed, I'm zoomed out as far as I can. Let me this guy likes to hard stun you. But as you can see, the wave actually started behind your tomb instead of actually ahead of them. The reason being is that you can actually pull people behind you forward. So if you played League of Legends, Thresh is a good example of that. That one of his abilities is that if some person is behind you, you can actually pull them. So right here. No, actually I need to. Here.
Feel the might of Atlantis.
Let me see here. Can't really demonstrate that, but like, let's see here. No, there's no one here. Dang it. Oh well. But you get the idea that people behind you will actually get pushed forward as well. So let's go next to Gravity Bomb, which is in my number 2 slot. And so what it does, it just throws a ball of energy. Oh, here we go. Let's see here. Right there. See how I moved that dead body? Right there, behind me. That's how that works. For a Cubre Wave. Okay. We already did Gravity Bomb. Now let's go to Energy Repulsion. So let's find some enemies over here. There we go. Which is in my number 3 slot, Energy Repulsion. And so what it does, it stuns them for a few seconds and then pushes them back, as you can see from there. Let's see here. We got this guy here. Energy Repulsion. This guy's very hard, so apparently you can't get stunned. Yeah. But it deals a good amount of damage for that one. Alrighty. Now let's go to Singularity, which is in my 4th slot. And what it does, it lifts them up in the air. After a while, pushes them back. Let me just use a soda quick. One more time. Singularity. And let me zoom in a little bit because it's quite cool looking. Black hole. Yeah, so it sucks everyone around the person together into a black hole. And so now let's go to the supercharges. Event Horizon and Oblivion. So first of all, let's do Event Horizon. Let's get some people over here. Alright. And this is a group charge. So if other people are around me, it's like the group bubbles and all that. So it's quite cool. And
kneel before your betters, pathetic Rylander.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's so much fun to use. Enjoying this. Alright, and then last of all is Oblivion. So this is the damage one. So let's get all these guys together if possible. Here we go. Yeah, as you can see, shoots beams of light and deals lots of damage. And if I remember correctly, the creator said that you can have up to 18 beams hitting targets. So yeah, that is quite crazy. Yeah, quite cool. There we go. See, black hole. All of them were sucked in and then it got pushed out again. So that's quite cool. And then just did the bomb right there. Stun. Wave. Oh yeah. So yeah, those are all the cosmic powers. So hope you all enjoyed that. And again, just to sum up, I really enjoyed this actually. I'm thinking that I might change one of my inactive characters to cosmic power because it's so much fun. Because I want to try out actually doing the controlling route, not in giving power, but in crowd control wise, and see how that actually works out. Because it seems like you can help the tank and healers out immensely if you're one of those. Because since you have two trollers, and since DC has been out for a while, people are pretty good at actually soloing raids by themselves. I've done it several times. So actually, if you just get the power over time, not power time, but like the instant power just to help the main troller out, then you can do some crowd controlling of yourself. So actually, you will bring a new dynamic to the raids. I can actually see. So yeah, so space is pretty much gravity and manipulating guys, and then time is mainly the controlling for debuffing, buffing, and stunning, like lifting things up and all that. So yeah, if you have any questions, just post them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.